So, Gary, you spent 6 hours in the gym and we're supposed to believe you? What's her name? What's her name? We know it's your therapist. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you my review for Sistas episode 9. This is season 3. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hi, my name is B. Become a beauty by subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, and liking this video. We're going to go ahead and jump right in because I am a couple days late because of my little sinus infection, but we in there now, as y'all can tell, because I'm feeling amazing. The episode starts off where last week ended with Gary popping up with his tight shirt at the restaurant to see Andy and Robin sitting there having their business dinner. And so basically we're going to get this long drawn out scene of Gary trying to figure out what is going on. He said, now you told me you was coming here to see the girls. Did you know that, man? Well, she's like, well, the girls are right over there. Well, he's like, well, what's happening here? Well, over here we're having a business meeting. Oh, is that right? Well, I didn't know that you were having a business meeting. So Robin assures him that, oh, she's been talking about you all night, you know, and we're just here discussing business. I offered to take her to the Carlisle or Carmichael or whatever, and she suggested that we come here. I'm sure it's just to make you comfortable, but she's been nothing but professional. You do not have to worry. So Gary stares her down. Andy's sitting there trying to play calm, cool, and collected, but we all know, we can see like the cartoon flames coming off of Gary's head right now. Like you can see the flames coming off of Gary's head, okay? But he ends up deciding to go ahead and leave. He say, well, I'll see you at the house. So now it's awkward at this meeting, and Robin asks Andy, is she okay? Is she going to be okay? She says, oh, everything's fine. Oh, it's no big deal. You know, we know it's a big deal. Across the room, the girls are sitting at the table. Karen is sitting there watching the whole thing, baby. She is eyeballs to the table. Okay, what is going on over there? Was that Gary? He just left. Oh, he left like he was mad. Oh, this don't look like this gonna be good. The other girls are like, should we be concerned? Should we talk to Andy? Should we call her? Karen's like, I ain't finna get in that mess. If she needs us, she'll talk to us. At this point, Karen is over the saga of Andy and Gary. I'm with Karen. I don't care. At this point, if he snatches you up, that's on you. You're just snatched because you keep going back to the foolishness and the uckery. All right? So does Andy even come back to the table with the girls? I don't even think Andy comes back to the table with the girls. And the girls end up just deciding to, or she might do come back. At the end of the day, this whole little dinner, this whole little meeting with the girls coming out for drinks ended up being a complete waste of time. They had one margarita, they didn't get no appetizers, they ain't discussed nothing, no feelings were resolved. Andy and Karen still aren't on the same page. Danny just don't want to be back home with Preston, and Sabrina, your life is still a mess. This was a waste of an outing and Danny's ugly dress. A complete waste. Meanwhile, across town, Fatima and Zach just got done getting it in. You already know, honey. They be having whirlwind sex. Zach says this was the best sex of both of their lives. Karen, I'm sure you don't want to hear that. And he just wants to stay up in the bed and cuddle with her. But Fatima's like, I'm finna get up. I'm finna get dressed. I can't do this with you. I can't be tied up in my emotions with you. I see the writing on the wall. You know what I'm saying? And Zach sitting up here like, man, what, man? You know what I'm saying? Don't you enjoy it, man? Lay with me, you know, giving the same boy tendencies that they tend to give. And But I'm on Fatima's side. I'm like, Zach, shut up. Like, you can't even be mad, because Fatima talks about how when she ran into the girls at the supermarket with him and found out that he had still been sleeping with Karen, it made her feel small, and it reminded her of a past relationship where she's all into this guy, and this guy is fresh out of a relationship, kind of find out he breaks up with Fatima. The next day he get married to the new girl. This is seeming real familiar right now. It's seeming real familiar, and Fatima ain't trying to go back down that road. So on top of Zach, you essentially doing that, even though you didn't even break anything off with Fatima. You was still freaking with for Fatima, and then turning around and messing with Karen. She ain't finna. She just gonna use you for what you're good for, and that's the P. And then to leave. I feel no ways about it. Although I do like Fatima and Zach together. I think that they are cute. I like Zach with her. Zach, you messed it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you messed it up. She was letting you in. She was letting you in. Now, like, the walls were coming down, and now you made them snap back up because of your mistakes. That's what you do, Zach. You continue to make these little childish mistakes. And they're going to keep you, play childish games, win childish prizes, This episode, we also get to see Maurice actually having some type of a love interest. I know I've been saying in my reviews that I do want to see Maurice with somebody. I don't know if this is how I would necessarily wanted to see him with anybody, but let's just talk about it. So he's over there at the gay club. He's jugging, dancing. I'm like, you better get him, Maurice. He was jugging. He would get a little dance on or whatever. And then I think the robber guy, Q, is that his name? Q comes up to him, and they get to talking, and he says he wants to repay him for being so nice to him. And basically, he's just a hobosexual. He ain't got nowhere to stay. So he figures, if I can push up on Maurice, at least I can have me a place to lay my head tonight. And Maurice is lonely. He ain't had none in a while. So he like, all right, you can come on over to the house. So they go on back to the house. And, oh boy, Panty Man is sitting in the living room or whatever. And they have this little long drawn out conversation. He say, don't come in my room, my door gonna be locked. Now that conversation was weird to me, because I'm like, you keep talking about don't come in your room, don't try to come in your room. It's almost like, you know how you be like, no, don't stop, like that's how it kind of felt like to me. Like he was almost inviting them into the room with him. But okay, he said, I know where all my ish is. You bringing the thief into the house. Don't bring him nowhere near my stuff. All right. They go into the... No, I ain't out here just bringing any old man home or whatever. And Q let him know, well, I'm telling you like this. I'm only a top. I don't kiss. I'm like, I'm gay, but I only stick my foot in a little bit. I ain't all the way there. That's the vibes he was getting. Maurice like, I ain't even here for all of that. Well, apparently Q must have the package. And I ain't talking about the negative one. He must have a nice package. Because when he pulled his pants down, Maurice was like, we can see what we could do. We can make this thing happen, all right? So they have, a little canoodleization night or whatever. So I say all of that, say, it just seems desperate to me. Number one, this man has robbed from your house. Number two, this man is not going to give you the love and the affection that you need, because he's obviously not comfortable in his truth, however his truth is. I'm not saying that he can't know how he wants what he wants, but something about that just seems to me like he's not comfortable with himself. And this is just very much so transactional. So I think Maurice is worth better than this transactional type of situationship. But he's lonely. So the next day Maurice wakes up and he sees Panty Man in the kitchen that he's eating. Maurice has his "it's morning" afterglow going, and he does everything he can intentionally to make Panty Man like uncomfortable. At at the end of the day, what's going to end up happening, we see the writing on the wall. They're going to end up getting together. What's Panty Man's name? What's his name? I don't remember his name right now. I've been calling him Panty Man all episodes, so that's what he's going to be. Panty Man is going to get jealous. He is going to realize that he has feelings for Maurice. He's going to talk about how he's never been with a guy before, but how he really likes her. It's going to be this old thing. Watch what I say. Mark my words. What's today's date? Put it in the calendar. Put a note by it. I see you, Tyler. I see you. All right, so let's talk about each of the girls as they separated from the dinner, and we'll go ahead and close this episode on out. Let's start with Sabrina. She's the easiest one. Sabrina's at the house. She gets a knock on the door. It's Jacoby. Jacoby comes over there, and he's bringing her a written statement, letting it be known that she never sexually assaulted him. Now, if Sabrina was smart, which we know Sabrina is not, before she opened that door, she would have set her phone up to record the entire interaction. I would have had everything on tape. Everything on tape. First of all, why are you showing up at my home? No one asked you here. No one invited you to be here. But since you're here, and this is a pattern that you've done, you've continuously showed up at my home at 11 o'clock at night, at ungodly hours, but I'm the one harassing you. All of this is going to be on tape. You said I didn't do it? Okay. Thank you. You may go. Now my butt is covered. But Sabrina she don't think. She don't think. That's what happened with her. Jacoby's cuckoo. Over at Danny's house, she is still being very avoidant with Preston. She's trying to push him away. That's all it is. After he discussed that he could possibly marry her in the future, she's gotten scared. Now she just wants to push him away. She's going to keep on freaking around, and she's going to push away a good man. She's going to be lonely forever. You better stop. You better talk like an adult. Let him know, hey, I really do like you, but things are moving a little bit fast. I am getting a little bit nervous. Let's just take a little space apart from each other. But no, instead she tries to avoid. She sleeps on the couch. She tries to leave earlier than he does. He wakes up with the roosters. You can't get up before he gets up. You know, just talk about it. Danny, be an adult. Over with Sabrina, it's the next day. Sabrina's at the office. She's talking to old nosy behind Pam. And Aaron comes in, and basically we ain't seen Aaron since they smashed, okay? He said, you know, he's sorry he had to handle some stuff with his group or something. I don't remember what his excuse was, but basically it's not, he wants to distance himself from Karen just a little bit, because it's not that he slept with her, it's that he's going to keep wanting to sleep with her. And even his friend is here right now in the salon, like, hey, how you doing? Okay, once you open Pandora's box, baby, it's hard to close. You didn't open Karen's box. Now how you gonna keep it closed? It's gonna be hard to do, but they agreed to have a little date later on that day. They gonna keep on smashing. It's too late now. You did it. You did it. Lastly, let's go ahead and talk about Andy, y'all. I be so sick of her. I be leaving her to the end because I be sick of her. So when she came home from the doggone dinner or whatever, she trying to act stupid. Like, hey, babe, what's the problem? Why you mad? He like, because you lied. She's like, I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you the whole truth. That's a lie. She's like, well, I mean, it's not a lie. It's just like a lie by omission. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That used to be my thing back in the day. I have been delivered. But back when I was young in relationships, I was not a liar. But you weren't gonna get necessarily the whole story. Yeah, I was there. I ain't necessarily told you who all was there, but I was there. So you know part of the story. So, Andy, you know that you playing games and all this kind of stuff. And you can't play games with a nut. You just can't play games with a nut. Okay? So as they're arguing, Gary gets a bit heated. You can see him getting a bit irate. And he decides that he wants to leave. And he's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to the gym. She's like, you're going to the gym at this time of night? Now, y'all remember now, he used to go to the gym when he was out fool la line with Andy around his wife's back, okay? But he's finna go to the gym. He ends up leaving. He goes to the gym. He stays out all night. He don't even come home. He come back in his little gym clothes or whatever. And she like, where you been? He say, I've been at the gym. She say, you been at the gym for 6 hours? He said, I was just doing a whole lot of thinking. Well, that's a hell of a workout. First of all, what is this 24-hour fitness? Second of all, who I look like? Boo-boo, the fool? Is that who I look like to you? Okay? You wasn't at no gym. You might have been getting a workout, but it wasn't on the bike, okay? Andy's sitting here like, oh, this is some bull. He says, well, I'm finna get ready for work, but my therapist thinks that we should talk. She's like, oh, so you talk to your therapist? He says, oh, I always talk to my therapist. Hello, Andy, catch these red flags. See, they just be flying over her head. They just be flying over her head. Andy, because see, you missing it. You missing what's going on in your face. I don't understand how you a lawyer, how you this smart, but you this stupid. He's messing with the therapist, Andy. Andy, he's messing with the therapist, okay? Just in case you're missing it. He's having phone sets with the therapist in your house. He's leaving, going to the gym and talking to the therapist for 6 hours. What therapist? I got a therapist. I can't call my therapist at midnight to complain about what's going on with me and my husband. I can't do that. That's not how this works. That's not professionalism. Andy, you're stupid. But she agrees that they'll meet up with this therapist, aka your new sister wife, to have a conversation about everything that's been going on. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her. Oh, I almost forgot. Zach done hit it big. Zach got $750,000 in his account. He can't believe it. The stock went up. The lady called him from the bank. Of course, it's the bank that Sabrina worked at. The lady called him from the bank and let him know, hey, your stock done really hit. I'm just calling to advise you to sell the stock. Baby, you better sell that stock. Sell it. Sell it. And don't tell nobody you got this money, okay, Zach? I wouldn't say nothing, nary nothing to nobody. I go get me a nice little place to stay. Don't get you an apartment, Zach. Go ahead and buy you a little bit of a house, okay? You in Atlanta, you can get you a nice house. You can get you a nice house for $200,000. Get you a nice little house, okay? Sit up in there, continue to work. Don't change your lifestyle except for stop depending on women. That's what I would say you would do. Just stop depending on the women. Don't tell nobody. Go ahead and give Karen her last little bit of the money that you said you were going to give. Go ahead and give it to her. Go ahead and give it to her. Be done with her. That's your clean break. Don't even give it to her in person. Send it in a money order to the salon and don't even talk to her. Be done with her. Okay? Now what I would do, I'm just saying. I almost forgot about that. But that's it, y'all. That's the end of it for the episode, y'all. Please drop down in the comments and talk with me if you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my commentary. Don't forget to like the video. And most importantly, share, because sharing is caring. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.